Music is the soundtrack to our lives. It sounds stupid, but like it's the truth. You know, we all have those records that we can put on that remind us of certain moments in our life, and for those things we'll always be grateful. I have many records that I'll slip on and I'm like, oh my God, I remember exactly what was happening at that specific time and I can feel it all over again.
Con Gatica y Javier Ibarreche.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. And Sadie, I have to start by telling you, you became my Roman Empire for like the last 3 years.
Oh, wow.
It's such a crazy feeling, you know, every now and then thinking, what has happened to Max? Like, will we ever get to know it? And I wanted to ask you both, is there any question now that we are reaching the end of the show that you still have that hasn't been answered and probably will never be answered?
Potentially. Yeah. Arguably no, but potentially.
And you, Sadie, do you have an answer?
I'm gonna agree with Jamie on this one.
It's very hard to talk about a show people hasn't seen, but you know, Sadie, I would like to start by actually asking you about how you found out what's going to happen to Max. We don't want to know. I don't want to know. I haven't figured it out yet. I've only seen the first 2 episodes of this season. But can you please tell me about the experience or what you expected versus what actually happened without giving anything away?
Well, what I expected at the end of season 4 was that I'd be spending a lot of time in a hospital bed. And
it happened.
And I got that.
Okay, oh my God, this is gonna be the hardest interview ever, but I love how you guys are actually respecting the experience of the audience members. I wanna do that too. And Jamie, obviously this season we get to see a little bit more of VECNA in his human form. Did you actually found any humanity coming from him? Because I still find very hard to hate him entirely, but I don't like him either, so I don't know how to feel.
Yes, throughout the process I did end up finding more humanity. I mean, I think what was really interesting for me is with season 4, I found so much humanity in him. It was all born from childhood. It was all born from this, you know, feeling of isolation, oppression, suppression, and I carried that through with me and developed that even more as this season kind of progresses. So yeah, I definitely felt closer to him this season than ever before, which was, you know, a beautiful thing, because you want to love the character that you're playing. You want to be able to hold him, and you do want that conflict within the audience as well, to be able to kind of not necessarily understand, but maybe slightly feel some empathy somewhere for these people.
And do you feel, Sadie, that there's anything in common between these 2 characters, like Max and VECNA? Do you find any similarities? It's hard to think about 2 opposites, but I guess there are.
They can both be a little bit guarded.
That's funny.
Yeah. I actually think there's a world in which they'd really get along one day, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. They're both pretty dry, pretty blunt.
Yeah. And they're both outsiders too, if you kind of go back to the beginning, you know, like Max's journey in season 4 and Henry's childhood, you know, they're fairly similar. There's a lot of isolation, a lot of going through, you know, their own thing on their own, you know, and that was definitely something that I can see between the 2 of them for sure.
I would go further. It makes no sense, but I will try. I think music, it's also a thing, because Max is driven by music and then VECNA is not. But you, Jamie, you're a musician as well.
That's true.
So in which ways, I would love to ask you both, in which ways do you think music has saved you? Have you experienced something like that? Because I think it's lovely how music is ultimately the answer.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I think I grew up in musical theater, like before Stranger Things. That was all I was doing, and that was just a huge part of my life. And yeah, so musical theater specifically, I think is, I don't know, that, I don't want to say it like saved me in a way, but like it just ignited like what I'm passionate about and led me to where I am.
The beautiful thing about musical theatre, obviously, is it's like when you're doing that, when your character is in love or if your character is in pain, you are able to feel that so much more in the process, because not only are you expressing it verbally as well, but you are literally handing it over as you're doing it, which is just a stunning thing to do. But music is the soundtrack to our lives. It sounds stupid, but like, it's the truth. You know, we all have those records that we can put on that remind us of certain moments in our life, and for those things we'll always be grateful. I have many records that I'll slip on and I'm like, oh my God, I remember exactly what was happening at that specific time, and I can feel it all over again, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to have. So yeah, I agree with you. Music can save us, but it can also just be there for us.
I think it's a full circle. I think it's crazy what you guys have done with Running Up That Hill. You brought it back forever. I think
you brought it
that's
back.
amazing.
Hey, we did it together.
Thanks.
We did it together. Yeah, I mean, it's a great song. It just needed, I don't know, I'm happy to have been a part of giving it maybe a little bigger audience or something. Yeah.
I agree. And you know, guys, I think, and that's something that's gonna stay forever. I love that Stranger Things is now part of pop culture forever. Like, there's no Halloween where you don't see people dressed as VECNA or Max or whoever you can think of. What has been for you the biggest display of it being part of the pop culture you've never thought you would experience being part of it?
We were just talking about this, but like on food in the supermarket, like branded Pop-Tarts or cereal boxes with Stranger Things season 5 promotion on it. Yeah, that's always strange.
Ditto. I totally agree. And it was also, you know, obviously after season 4 came out, I don't think I could walk into a single coffee shop without not hearing Running Up That Hill, which is, you know, just, it's amazing. But like, at the same time, you're like, I can't escape. And I'm VECNA and I can't escape. Do you know what I mean?
I love that. I work at a radio station and we're playing that again, like in 2025, so that's amazing. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I'm gonna miss you. I really, really enjoyed. I have enjoyed this show so much, like I haven't in a while, so thank you so much for what you've done and your great job.
So sweet, thank you.
Thank you.
William, you are going to help me. Con Gaby Cam y Javier Ibarreche.